Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below so you can join my glam fam. In today's video, I figured my brushes are super dirty and so are my sponges, and I figured I would give you guys a little tutorial on how I cleanse and dry them because I have built like a system on how I do it and get them de-germed and all of that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and wash some brushes. So this is my brush collection right here. This whole thing is face brushes. And this is all of my eye brushes. So some people like wonder when do they need to wash their brushes and all of that because of germs and bacteria that go on your face from your makeup and your skin. Honestly, I would recommend washing them at least once a week, or if you don't do your makeup like I do a lot, then I would recommend doing like once every couple weeks or a few weeks, whatever works for you. And it honestly depends on how much you do your makeup and use those brushes and sponges. The stuff that I actually use to cleanse my brushes is the Equate Beauty Foaming Spray Cleanser. That one is really good. If you don't buy like a specific one, I would honestly recommend just using some Dawn dish soap. That one helps amazingly with cleaning out your brushes and making them like the color they used to be. So in this video, I'll use that one. I'll also mix my hand soap in with it if some of the brushes have a lot of makeup on it and I can't get them fully cleaned. So what I start off by doing is putting a little towel out that I'm going to dry the brushes on so they're not dripping wet over here. And then I just put a little towel out in the floor right here that I'm going to place them on to dry overnight with. So what I do first is I just wet my brushes. Once it's pretty wet, I go ahead and I take my cleaner and just spray all where like the makeup has built up on the brush. And then I just go ahead and I let it sit for like a couple seconds while I do another brush. And then I'll just go ahead and run some colder water and move it back and forth on my hand. So I just use my hand so that the bristles don't get damaged by one of those little scrub plates. And I usually just keep scrubbing until I don't see any more makeup coming off on my hand. Once that happens, I just squeeze out all the cleaner. I pat it dry over here on my towel and then take it to that other towel and I let it sit. This one I didn't really use, so I'm just gonna like lightly clean it because I don't really use this brush as much. This cleaner really gets most of the makeup off and it gets your brush looking brand new, and it definitely softens the bristles. They're not crazy disgusting after you use makeup on them. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish all my face brushes and then we'll get to the eye brushes. all my face brushes and my sink looks disgusting because obviously all of that dirty makeup is going down the drain. But we're gonna go ahead and start on some eye brushes, which these ones are the best to get clean because they have so many colors on them and they're so disgusting that it's satisfying to actually watch them get clean. So I usually do the same, but I usually do them in sets of 3. So I wet like 3 brushes. And then these ones I normally use the dish soap on just because they are stained with all of that color. And then I just let 2 sit to the side. And I go ahead and start cleaning. That color just went right away on these brushes. I love Jack & Home Morphe brushes just because they do not ever stain from any color unless you leave it on there for months, obviously. But look how pretty, it's brand new now. Sometimes if my cloth is getting way too wet, then I go ahead and I flip it over to the dry side. All our brushes, it is time for sponges. So what I do for these is I get them super wet and big like they're supposed to be. And then after I wet them, I put dish soap or any soap that I have on them. And then I just rub it around so it can soak it in. And then I turn the water on and I just squeeze it all out. And then they're all clean. And then I just put them on the same towel that I'm gonna let the brushes dry on. Now our brushes are all clean and ready to be dried. What I do for drying them is I just place them on there and then I let them sit for like the whole night or like 24 hours. And then they should be completely dry. If they're not, I would just swirl them around the towel before you put them in wherever they normally go, in like a cup or whatever. But most of my brushes are Morphe, Elf, or from Ipsy. The majority of my eye brushes are obviously from Ipsy because they give you a bunch of those in your Ipsy monthly packages and all of that fun stuff. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some info on how to clean your brushes and all that. And I'll link the stuff that I clean them with down below in the description box. Let me know if you guys have any more video suggestions. I will definitely take those in consideration. And I love you guys, and I'll see you later. Bye. Let's go ahead and roll these bloopers. Whoa.